Jai Shri Ram. Now we start 106, the summary. Imploring Shri Ram with cogent reasons to accept the throne of Ayodhya, Bharat takes a vow not to return to Ayodhya but to continue in the forest in case Shri Ram does not grant his prayer. Mother Kaushalya and others to join Bharat and urge Shri Ram to grant his request when they find Shri Ram adamant in the matter and insistent on implementing the words of their deceased father. When Shri Ram became silent after making a significant speech as aforesaid, the pious Bharat for his part now addressed to Shri Ram, who was so fond of his people, the following agreeable and righteous submission on the bank of Mandakini. Indeed, who can there be in this world such as you, O tamer of foes? Neither can sorrow torment you, nor can joy exhilarate you. Though highly thought of by the elders, you nevertheless refer your doubts to them. Wherefore should he grieve? He who has developed an attitude of mind by virtue of which, though living, he is as good as dead to the world, and which makes him as indifferent to the existence as to the non-existent? He who knows the self as well as the non-self, as you do, O ruler of men, ought not to feel dejected even on meeting with adversity. Possessed of valor comparing with that of gods and endowed with great fortitude, you are true to your promise, all-knowing, all-seeing and wise too, O sign of Raghu. Even affliction, which is most unbearable for us, ought not to assail you, endowed as you are with such virtues and conversant with the origin and end of living beings. The sinful deed in the shape of bringing about your exile, which was perpetrated by my mean mother for my sake when I was away, was not to my liking. Therefore, be gracious to me. I am bound by fetters of morality which forbid a warrior to lay his finger upon a woman. Hence, I do not kill on the spot with a severe punishment my mother of sinful deeds, who is deserving of punishment. How can I, sprung as I am from the loins of Dashrath, of noble birth and deeds, and knowing as I do right and wrong, perpetrate an odious act like killing my own mother? I do not wish to denounce my father in an open assembly because he had a number of sacrificial performances to his credit, was aged and worthy of respect, and has joined the majority and was my father and a deity to me. Indeed, what man who knows the principles of morality would perpetrate such a sinful act, unproductive of religious merit and worldly prosperity, with intent to please a woman, O knower of what is right? There is an old adage saying that living beings invariably get infatuated at the hour of death. That saying has been illustrated to the world by the king while acting as he has done. Keeping in mind a noble purpose, nullify the transgression that has been committed by father for fear of wrath of Kaikai, or through infatuation and precipitance. A son who mends the errant transgression of his father is accounted a son in the real acceptance of the term in the world. He who acts otherwise than this is quite the reverse of a son. Therefore, be you a true son. Do not countenance the sinful act of our father by implementing his word. The act which has been perpetrated by him is in contravention of all principles of morality and is therefore utterly condemned in the world by the wise. Be pleased to grant all that this prayer of mine in order to save Kaikai, myself, father, nay, our friends and relations, as well as the citizens and people of the countryside. What congruity is there between forest-like on the other hand, life on the other hand, and the duty of a Kshatriya on the other, between wearing matted locks on one's head and protection of the people? you ought not to perpetrate such an incongruous act as may stand in the way of your discharging the duty of a Kshatriya, viz., protection of the people. Indeed, it is the foremost duty of a Kshatriya to get himself consecrated as a king, through which act alone it is possible to protect the people, O highly enlightened brother. Nay, neglecting a duly yielding visible joy, what Kshatriya, esteemed by his race, would practice a virtue which is of doubtful result, which does not promise happiness, which brings its reward in a future state only, and which is undefined. If you desire to pursue a virtue following from hardship alone, undergo suffering while protecting the four divisions of a society by recourse to righteousness. The knowers of what is right definitely declare the life of a householder to be the noblest and best of all four stages of life, inasmuch as it is depended upon by all others. How then do you seek to abandon it, O knower of the principles of righteousness? I am decidedly junior to you in point of learning, rank, and date of birth. As such, how shall I be able to rule over the earth when you are present? A mere child as I am, of poor understanding and virtues, and also placed in an inferior position as compared to you, I cannot even live without you, much less rule over the people. O knower of what is right, rule with your kinsmen over the whole of this foremost ancestral kingdom without opposition, according to the code of conduct prescribed for you. Let all the ministers as well as priests, including Vashishta, well versed in sacred formulas, conjointly consecrate you as the king of Ayodhya on this very spot, O knower of sacred texts. Consecrated by us as Indra by Maruts, the wind gods, and having conquered the worlds by dint of your might, march you back to Ayodhya in order to rule over it, discharging the three obligations you own to gods, rishis, and mains severally by offering oblations, studying the Vedas, and procreating children, completely destroying the foes and gratifying your near and dear ones, though through their desired objects you instruct me at Ayodhya itself. Let those who are friendly to you rejoice today on your consecration as the king of Ayodhya. O noble brother, let those who are inclined to cause pain to you run frightened in every direction today, whipping off the obloquy attaching to me as well as to my mother. O jewel among men, save our esteemed father as well from remorse today. I implore you with my head bent low, pray take pity on me as well as on all your kinsfolk, even as Lord Shiva, the supreme deity, does on all created beings. Else, if setting aside my request, you proceed from this place to a forest alone, I too shall depart with you. Even while being propitiated as above with bowed head by Bharat, who was sinking in spirit, the graceful Sri Ram, the ruler of the globe, who had a strong will and clung fast to the words of his father, giving consent to his exile, did not feel inclined to proceed to Ayodhya. Perceiving such wonderful firmness in Sri Ram, a sign of Raghu, the people of Ayodhya experienced joy and felt disconsolate at the same time. They were distressed to find that he was not going to Ayodhya and felt rejoiced to note his firmness of resolve. The priests, the citizens, the leaders of different bodies of men, as well as mothers of Sri Ram and others who had all been rendered senseless, as it were, and had teardrops in their eyes, complimented Bharat, who was speaking in that strain, and bowing down low to Sri Ram, joined Bharat in his supplication to Sri Ram. Thus ends Canto 106 in the AYODHYAKAND of the glorious Ramayan of Valmiki, the work of a rishi and the oldest epic. Jai Shri Ram.